everyone! My name is Mitz, and here we are back with Higurashi When They Cry. We're going to chapter 9 of this little excursion. We only have 3 more chapters left until the end of this installment. But just from last chapter, there's a few interesting things noted there, especially with Shion actually talking to Mio Takano, and literally reading her notes, along with everything with Oishi, and everything she tried to get with her Sonozaki connections. And honestly, both her conversation with Mion and even the little tips sections of her journal are honestly all kind of heartbreaking because I cannot even imagine how that must feel, honestly, if I'm someone you're very close to, like your crush, or like, someone you had this like a family member or something like that, and just they died, and then you had the sneaking suspicion whether it's true or not, whether someone who's close to you might have done it. And like I don't really blame her for their reaction at all because I don't know. I feel that's how I would do. Maybe if like so many different things are happening all at once, like it was extremely stressful. Like my good God, I mean there was the whole thing. Just it's just interesting to even think of like how that scene portrays how Shion like views both her and Mion as like practically the same person, which to some extent actually they honestly are. The only thing that makes them different is like small. It's really just experience, honestly, just because who got more special treatment and all that. It's interesting to think about that. Mion like got all the special treatment for being the heir, and as a result grew more sure. And like there's several points in this installment that Shion actually was a bit more immature, like less empathetic. Like even the beginning of the installment even showed off like the difference between them very easily. Of Mion being a more strong, I guess, reliable person of like trying to take in almost everyone's like desires and wants and needs all together into stride. Well, Shiana's like I'm trying to think of like one person at a time. Like so basically Mion is more the collective side and Shion is more independent side, which is a nice interesting dichotomy. Especially with how Shion's like inner monologue also mentions like they both like the same things. Like that's why they got the same exact cheesecake. They never have to do about that. They usually the same thoughts, and they can easily read each other's thoughts and all that because they're so used to like they know how each other thinks. They've been around each other for a while, even if they got separated for years on end and all that. It's interesting, and actually just to segue on over, then I actually had a suspicion that maybe like Mia Takano's like notes that Takano like gave to Shion to read over might have something to do with like those I guess the scrapbook tips. So it's the second installment. So I went back and read those there, and there's quite a few there. But Takano also just put in that little thing in the ring of the twins being similar. Was she had an interesting comment on one of them saying that Mion technically like her she heard that technically that Mion had all the talent to be the heir, but from her own observations of each of the two twins, she actually views them both to have the same innate, I guess, ability. Like even right there. There's even a few things there of like most of it's like stuff we already read through and all that, so that's probably why we're not gonna get the whole in-depth reading of it unless this chapter's all be about Shion like tackling her own opinions on like certain tips and details besides the broad scope of the religious fanatic theory that Takano like gave to her. But there was one thing which I got reminded from reading through all those again, which I want to bring up here before continuing on. I can't remember what tip it was, but it was the one where Takano talks about kanji interpretations for each of the like families for first names and surnames, and for Sonozaki like kanji translation, it can be easily read as those who slice open the gut. And of course, it doesn't really mean anything. It's just a weird, just about a flimsy connection. But it's simple to bring up. I think it's worth to bring up here. That in the third installment, Rika was found dead on the shrine by Sadako and Keiichi, naked, with her stomach sliced open. Sonozaki kanji translation goes to those who slice open the gut. It might mean nothing, but there's that small, tiny bit That's mostly just only from a thematic sake and not for actual evidence. But it's important to keep in mind. There's a lot of parallels and thematics for this game, which I honestly do love. Symbolism is my fucking jam. English major. Oh yeah. Hmm. But it's honestly actually really fucking sad. Just like now they're in a slump, which it was gonna happen either way, no matter what. But still, a love that is light and fleeting, like a soap bubble, but seeks the sky. It will break and vanish before long. The girl's thoughts weren't granted. The tears that were shed changed the color of blood and yearned for sacrifice. The sadness that pierced her transformed into rage and ultimately to murderous intent. Oh, everything was absorbed into pure black. Darkness continued to spread. In the end, even to herself. Oh, Miyakashi. Aka. Aka's literally just red, though. Would it be better if I hadn't been born? This blood-stained hand couldn't even grasp the air. Yep, I kind of called it ending last episode. Is going to skip ahead to this year. So the last three chapters will all be about this. The fourth year, the series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa, also known as Oyashiro's curse, 1 year to Satoshi Hojo's appearance. Just the sound of it, that means like I guess one of the girls is technically a murderer. At least gonna kill here anyway. But like, technically Mion killed like the rest of those, like a lot of those people in the second installment. There's no denying that. But the motives on that is actually very unclear still. Even if there was technically a straightforward explanation of what that is, I don't exactly believe that for a second. Like, it's definitely something to look, but it's not the straight answer. I hadn't been able to get used to my new school in Okinomiya, but I had some friends there now. Nice. Social group. It's just better not to be antisocial anyway. Like, at least try to get yourself out there. Since I got a part-time job in my relative's store, I had some extra pocket money too. Like, how, sooner, like, this is the store, right? So I'm assuming it's well, it's not Angel Mort, so I guess one of the different toy stores and all that. Oh yeah, I also should mention, like, I already said this, like, replying to a comment, but I'm just saying this all now. The third installment, like, when Keiichi calls and asks like, Mion to take Sadako to the festival, that wasn't, like, just from the wording of how Mion talked. That wasn't Mion, that was Shion. Honestly, it all makes sense of it was why Shion was there. She was there for the festival, and like a whole family got drunk at the house. That's why she was near the phone, even when she doesn't live in the town. All that Shino basically, like, verbatim, like started talking to Satoshi because she loved him and like was close to him more. And then obviously she heard like straightforward from Satoshi like the same exact phone call, the same exact warning, which I doubt like even if Shion told me on exactly what the contents of the phone call were, not the exact wording, like the broad strokes, but not the exact wording. So yeah, it feels like it's her, especially with all the ellipses, and it seemed like she was guessing of what happened, honestly. And she did take him the whole thing of like Sadako being abandoned all that time, way too hard, honestly. Especially since Satoshi actually gave that kind of like request to her directly on the phone in this installment. Like, man. Since I got a part-time job at my relative's store, I had some extra pocket money too. I ended up living with my parents after all, so I didn't have to pay for living expenses. Okay, so the second installment was really just after the whole entire like traumatic event, you decide to live by yourself again. Just yeah, because you didn't trust anyone, and you only trusted from the sound of it. Yeah, you only trusted Kasai. I ended up living with my parents after all, so I didn't have to pay for living expenses. It felt great to get to freely spend the money I earned from working. I still use the room Kasai set up for me from time to time. Yes, camp out in the apartment complex, the spooky, scary building with multiple floors. Just sled down and all that. Make your own little snow fort inside there. It was a convenient hideout from when I didn't want to see my parents. In fact, I was planning to spend a day there today. Yeah, a road trip, field trip, yay, nice, camping trip. Damn that teacher. She told my parents that I was skipping classes. My dad got upset, and that was why I didn't want to stay at home. I had been asking for it, though. I mean, if you're skipping classes, yeah. My teacher should know that my dad is a Yakuza, and that he gets really scary when he's mad. Well, on the whole, my life had been going well so far. Except that was boring. Guess like, oh, you don't have any close friends then, I guess. Oh boy. The reason I could enjoy this lifestyle is probably because I had to live in secret before. It was a great relief to be able to live without having to fake my identity. Yeah, it's always, yeah, when you don't have to fake your identity, shape, or form, it's actually kind of a big relief, so, you got that there. Well, that might have been a valuable experience. Not always. I think I learned from it. You just know how to lie better. Or at the very least, know how to conceal things better, honestly. I was going grocery shopping and thought I'd get enough food for a week or so. My parents would appreciate my presence more after missing me for a week. I was doing this for their sakes. Not entirely. Oh? Oh, wait! Isn't there a 100 yen sale today? Oh my gosh, it's the same exact thing again. Yeah, there is. I knew how to save my pocket money. I was in a good mood. I spun around with my arms spread out. Look, here's how I do it. When I get my paycheck, I literally just get them split half and half. The savings, then checking, okay? That's how you do proper saving. I don't know much more about that. Do not ask me about economics. I can't give you an entire report about it. Please don't talk to me about that. I felt like I was inside a little whirlwind. And you, God damn it, another goddamn fucking motorcycle. I was making a joke about that, but you did. God damn it. My arm had a motorcycle parked on the sidewalk. It obviously wasn't where I was supposed to be. Oh, God. Ow! What the? Who parked this motorcycle here? This is literally just a turning into a giant cycle all over again. I gave the motorcycle a kick with no hesitation. There were 3 motorcycles lined up in a row. Dominoes. They all felt like dominoes. It was beautiful and so much fun. Honestly, yeah, okay, so, is this a little, like, time skip actually going to a different scenario than entirely? Because, I can definitely entirely see the entire, Satoshi Gear incident being the literally thing that happens no matter what for every single, like, scenario and installment here, honestly. But this is new. It was beautiful and so much fun. The destruction, pour gasoline on it, light a match, show it off, put on the fireworks, make it a new 4th of July event. How was it? What technically, like, besides New Year's, or anything, any holidays like that for Japan? I can't remember if there's anything like that for fireworks and all that. Like New Year's and all that. Oh, I can't remember the holidays for it now, God. Oh? This is odd. I feel like I've gone through the exact same experience before. Your memory is shoddy. Run while you can. While blinking my eyes in the effort to recall when that was, some people grabbed me by the neck and dragged me into the dark alley. It's the exact same people from before, god damn it. It looked like these punks, the owners of those motorcycles. They started shouting at me. This really was strange. I was having deja vu. Oh yeah, down this exact street where the uncle's mistress apparently was found around here. Nice. The fuck you, bitch! What you think you're doing, huh? Fucking bash your head in, bitch! Gah! Gonna pay for what you did! Sorry, I don't have my cash on me. I only have checks. Does that work? That's right. It was when I met Satoshi-kun for the first time. He came to save me. If I pretended to cry again now, he'll appear out of nowhere and help me! That's a perfect plan! My god. Would he kind of save me again? I made a wish. I started pretending to cry and beg for mercy. At that time, I doubted my ears. Wait, is this it? Oh my god, it's him! He's actually getting fucking sprites! Oh my god! It's the biggest hype event in the century! Cut it out. Can you see she's crying? It was a boy about my age. I couldn't quite see his face because of the light limiting from him from behind. What, is the sun going down or like the street lamps on like in this daylight? Oh my god. Satoshi-kun? Of course it couldn't be him. It couldn't be. Yes, it's him! It's the boy! God. He looked just like that one exact, CG from the first installment. Which honestly is actually one of my pure favorites, both in terms of composition, and I guess the scene it takes place in, like, my god. Him leaning against the door, talking to Ocean, the phone call, Rain is listening in. My god, that was a good scene. You have like a black undershirt like Tomotaki under that red shirt. That okay, that red tank top, okay. When I snap out of my daydream, I realized that it wasn't Satoshi-kun after all. It was his doppelganger. It was him. Oh my god. He looked less gracious than Satoshi-kun, so to speak. Man, that's insulting. If Satoshi-kun was pristine and untouched, this guy would have scratches all over him. He doesn't have anything in his arms, though, so he hasn't been running through the brush like a maniac. Okay, so get out of your skull. But although they were completely different, I got some impression from him somehow. Oh yes, completely unreliable. Scatterbrain. Yes, immensely so true. What the hell? What the fuck are ye? I'm a person. I'm a human. No, I'm actually a demon, a monster of your worst fucking nightmares. You gonna wanna get hurt or what? Fucking say something! Son of a bitch! The boy looked a bit taken aback. Yeah, well, I just thought you might want to let her go because she's crying, so... Scatterbrain. Huh? The fuck you think you're telling us what to do? Just to randomly pull out that one metal bat that you just got out of nowhere, Keiichi, that you'll get in the future. Don't worry. Don't ask where it came from. And just teleport in your hands behind you. Don't worry about it. Just use it. Whoa. Hold on. I'm against violence. Oh, you're a pacifist. Okay. What was up with this guy? I felt ashamed that I mistook him for Satoshi-kun even for a second. He seemed cool at first, but he wasn't as cool as Satoshi-kun after all. Oh, the horrors. Well, I mean, sorry that your motorcycles were knocked down, but I hope you don't feel too bad about it. I mean, how can I make you feel better? Of course, we don't have any money on us, you know? If you don't got the money, then... If you got no money, you got paid with your Let's just go fight. This chick's got some... Yeah, okay, what the fuck is happening? No comment. Baseball bat. Hey, are you kidding me? I tied my grip of my stun gun in my pocket. Yes! Nice. Then I turned up to maximum intensity. Don't hold a grudge against me if you die, pervs. Don't worry about that last part. Just scratch that from the record. I love it when girls go, okay, nope, I'm not even gonna say that. Yeah, no. They indulge in their imaginations, which arouse their spirits. Hey now, why are you perverts closing in on me? They're fucking kids. What the fuck? Your gross hands... Okay, no. Are you gonna try and violate me? Hey, do you mind? Don't touch me with those filthy hands. Then a flash of light cut through the air. Wait, was it the boy? You stupid fucks! Blows like thunderbolts knocked the punks down. Wow, so he's actually strong after all? What the hell? You want some? Huh? You don't have a clue, idiots. What the fuck are you on about? There's nothing arousing about stark nakedness. Your socks... No matter what. Okay. That is the ironclad rule. Listen up, monkeys. What's the difference between Homo sapiens and the other animals? Sapiens? Because they're still Homo. That's right, humans wear clothes. Well, I mean, some raccoons that might like digging through the trash and all that, so maybe some of them like to, some animals like to steal stuff and all that from people, so why not clothing? Human beings without clothes are just animals. If you get aroused only when the girl is completely naked, you're less than human. What kind of logic is this? You might as well be animals. I'm gonna knock some sense into you. Clench those teeth. You mentioned a porn movie, didn't you? Let's say there's a cosplay sex video. Are we literally doing... like, one-liners on this subject, okay? The definition of cosplay is too broad. To lecture on that subject is as difficult explaining the spirit of Yamato to Yankees parachuting down from B-29s. So limit the scope to the most popular one, school uniforms. What are the three most prominent divisions of the larger category school uniforms? Answer me! Oh wow, Keiichi, I didn't realize you had a whole thing for fashion. That's right, regular uniforms, gym uniforms, and school swimsuits. Both the sailor style and blazer style are included under regular uniforms, by the way. Okay. Gym shorts and bloomers are likewise. Aren't just bloomers just like panties? And the color preference between white and navy school swimsuits is the same. Isn't like the navy blue like classical school uniforms though? Doesn't this sound exciting already? Let's say each of you has a preference in one of these three divisions. Why are you doing assumptions? Hey you, delinquent A, you take the regular uniform. What is happening? Delinquent B, you take the gym uniform. And you, Delinquent C, you take the school swimsuit. Are you gonna force him to wear that stuff right now, or is something else happening here? Picture the image in your head within 3 seconds. Go! Are you done? That's not good enough. Do it again. The fuck is happening? Let's say there's a porn video of your favorite cosplay. Use your imagination. Come on. Say, sir. Yes, sir, when you got it. Are you really military men, you maggots? Good. You all seem to have an image in your heads now. Let's move on. Might as well just pull out a goddamn conductor's staff then and just point at a chalkboard while you're at it. Imagine your favorite cosplay is stripped entirely naked because of your stupid desire. Now think. You take all their clothes off, that's not cosplay anymore, is it? That sort of video is rampant lately. It's just lamentable. You know, my next question is, honestly, since this is the 80s, how exactly are you seeing all these videos? What, do you actually sneak into your parents' VHS collection or something? I have several questions right now. Humans without clothes aren't civilized, they're animals. If only naked girls excited you, you'd be a pack of dogs, monkeys, or pheasants. Pack your bags and get out. Run for the hills, okay. Wait, get back here, which do you want? As you know, a huge amount of Russian porn vids are going around lately thanks to the end of the Cold War. You don't know that? Get out of here! I heard that a style called Beautiful Russian Schoolgirl, which is a combination of Japanese uniform fetish and some Russian thing. Okay, apparently you know your education stuff, is emerging, but I'll never accept that. School uniforms are part of Japanese culture and art. Those stupid barbarians will never understand the Japanese spirit. Are you listening? You pathetic squid. Clench your teeth. I'll train you till you drop. I won't let you sleep until you are capable of perfecting your imagination skills. Why are you doing this to them now? Here comes my whip. Okay, then we're doing this. At that point, I heard a bustle of people running this way. Oh my god, oh. Maebara-san! I gather some people! I saw several kids running toward us. It seemed like our backup had arrived. Aw, shit! Here we go again! Let's get out of here! The three punks had just been standing there agape, but they started running away when they saw that many people. You're awesome, Maebara-san. You had those punks transfixed all by yourself. Well, one of them even had a nosebleed. Okay. You're so strong, Maebara-san. Mentally, not physically right now anyway. Whew. Seems my personal aura has grown more powerful then. If this keeps up, I'll soon surpass even Coach Maids in Heaven at Reality Marble. Do I want to know what that is? Anyway, are you alright, Mion? Ah, back away, you! The boy was apparently called Maebara. He turned around to face me. Even the way you mistook me for Mion sounded like Satoshi-kun. But Satoshi-kun isn't a pervert like him. That you know of. You barely known him for a few days anyway. You didn't say it openly anyway, let's go with that. I was anxious to see how you fight back, but I guess 3 guys are too many, huh? I don't believe it. I was still confused. I couldn't yet grasp the situation. Who was this guy? He's a person. Mion has friends like him? I was still spacing out in shock. So I forgot to move until his hand touched my head. Oh god, not this again. Well, you know. I'll forget that I saw you cry. So, cheer up, okay? Rub, rub. Stop, stop. The boy called Maebara stroked my head roughly. Didn't feel good. It hurt, actually. But still, his hand had the same warmth. Look, he's are you gonna say I'm basically Keiichi's a knockoff of Satoshi? Honestly, I can see that a bit. In some ways, he's a downgrade. In some ways, he's an upgrade. I think this whole entire situation showed he has some downgrades though. Later on, Mion told me about him. He was called Keiichi Maebara. Kei-chan for short. K of the alphabet. He's one grade below us. Oh, okay, so he was in the same grade as Mion and all that. Was he in the same grade as Reina, or? Huh. Like, he's definitely good at teaching, though. Like, giving all that to him about Mion and Reina. I don't know if he does the same thing to him, I don't think he helps teach him, I don't think he helps teach Rika and Sadako, though. I think it's only just those two. Not only that, but he just moved to Hinamizawa. I mean, thanks to his attitude and lack of manners, he'd already become an idol in their class. Mion joyously explained all this. Sure, he sounded like a fun kid. I knew why Mion was into him, but Satoshi-kun is way cooler. He wasn't worth stealing from Sis. Or was he? My god. Okay then. My heart throbbed. I was excited. Time to steal this guy away from me. Oh my god. I feel like I gotten a new toy. Okay, that's a wording. I was kind of curious as to what kind of relationship Mion intended to build with him. I'd love to tease her about it. Thanks, Kei-chan. Let me buy you a drink. My uncle's restaurant is just nearby, so why don't we go there? Satoshi-kun would refuse out of modesty. But Keiichi Maebara said okay within 2 seconds. Well then, I couldn't wait to tease the two of them. My boring life suddenly became bright again. Whoa, hey, don't cling to my arm. Oh, don't you like it? Well, I don't hate it, but it's just your breasts are touching me and my breasts bother you, okay. Keiichi Maebara was fun. Mion's the same way that I did. Time to steal it from him. Manipulate him to get on our side now again. All over again. Still, that's honestly just the banter between them is honestly just so fucking fun to me. Honestly, that was honestly so just goddamn fun though. But man, we got his sprites. Still. That's a landmark achievement. I actually now at the after party, they better not show his sprites again just to have the running joke still. That'd just be fucking hilarious. Mion said the same way I did. She always talked about him. I was happy for her. It made me smile. I guess Kei-chan is really your favorite, huh, sis? What's the most interesting thing about him? You're not allowed to steal him away from me. Let's see. To put it plainly, he's just funny. For example, just a couple days ago in the club... Damn, we're not going to hear it. Okay, we're not going to hear any of the different club activities. Okay, then. Mion really liked him, but didn't seem to think it was love yet. She's reserved in that area, so that was really like her. Yeah. As for me, well, I didn't hate him, per se, but my feelings weren't the same as Mion's. Kei-chan just too childish compared to Satoshi-kun. Yeah, there's that in some ways, honestly. I wonder how Satoshi-kun was doing. Was he waiting for things to cool down somewhere far away? The case had already been solved, though. That dopehead was the murderer. Yeah. Unless, like, there's something, there's something else going on with, like, that, you know, that guy, I still don't think Satoshi, yeah, killed the ant, honestly. There's many different ways to, imply he is, but, the same things, bring up different kinds of doubts, so, unless this is, like, explained or, like, hinted at in some detail, I'll never believe it. I'll never believe it. There was no reason for him to wait anymore. I shook my head. I shouldn't think about it too much. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, it's another thing. If, like, the very last tip, the last tip section actually was kind of worse, honestly. If I'm, trying to make sure you don't forget some people. and all that. Like, there's always those times of like you make some cool friends and all of that, and at some point you have to part ways or like go distant to them. You've had a fun time, just God, just sort of forget all like you slowly start forgetting about it all that over time. Those are the worst feelings ever. Oh God. Oh wait, I know. The case is confidential, so the arrest of the culprit hadn't been made public. So Satoshi-kun hadn't realized that he could come back. I mean, I know he's a little thick-headed. Maybe waiting for things to calm down until the end of time. But it's so... couldn't he give a call to Sadako at least? He should tell her he's living in a faraway place, but that he'd be coming home soon. That stupid Sadako. She'd been living with Rika Furuti since Satoshi-kun went away. Yeah, honestly. So nobody would pick up the phone if he called. Stupid girl. What, you think do you think like that girl wants to live in a place where she got him abused several times and where her brother like technically went missing then? Yeah, no. Don't you want your big brother to come home? I know that's the same exact immaturity like thing here, but still. Like even then, honestly, still, like Shintakli still is my favorite character. Like just this kind of flaw is actually just kind of interesting to think about anyway. It does get a tiny bit of my nerves, but it's still interesting. She's still a cool character, honestly. She still has a lot of fun qualities about her, honestly. Given Satoshi-kun's personality, he wouldn't remember any phone numbers other than his own home phone number. So he wouldn't be able to contact anybody in Hinamizawa, unless you rifle through a phone book. Maybe he's been calling Sadako every night. He keeps ringing, but nobody picks up. Well, but does that mean you're gonna break into the house and like stake it out? Is that what you're gonna do? Like roll up a little spoon bag and get it going there? But because of that little like transition of like saying like a murderous intent again, all over again, like doesn't it imply that Shiana's gonna kill someone? But like there's only 3 chapters left, like including this one. So how are they gonna input all this to have some murderous intent like this early on? Unless the person she kills, technically, she feels has something to do with what happened in the past. At the very least, it's someone else. Like some other girl who, believes, had something to do with, like Satoshi in the past. Which, again, leads back to my Sadako theory. Yippee! I'll never forget about it. He put on a puzzled smile when mumbling, like always. God damn it. Oh my god. You're doing that thing again. Oh my god, they're doing this fucking thing of just taking someone's just mannerism and pulling your own. Yeah. You still got a ways to go. Fuck. I imitated his voice without realizing it. After that. Huh? What? What's up? Didn't you say something, Shion? I left it off and urged Mion to continue. I was just thinking about my long-lost love. Don't worry about it. Just continue on your conversation. Tell me more about whatever it is. I'm not listening. I realized then her tone had changed. I haven't been listening to her because I was thinking about Satoshi-kun. I thought she was still happily talking about Kei-chan, but Mion sounded grim now. Her faint smile looked pitiful. It was too late to ask what was going on. Instead of concentrating on her story instead. After all that, Uncle gave everybody a doll as a thank you gift. Oh, this! Oh my god, this part! Oh my god. Everybody except for me. Okay, except for you. I wanted one too, but I couldn't say in front of everybody. You still can't express your needs, huh? And then? She sniffled. I realized then she was on the verge of tears. The cutest doll was in Kei-chan's bag. I mean, you wanted the doll? It didn't matter which one. But although Kei-chan knew only I didn't get one, he didn't give it to me. He didn't give it to me. He said the doll wouldn't fit me and I should be born as a boy in my next life. That's what he said. That was Keiichi's weak point. He might be fun and popular, but he wasn't mature. You're the same way as well, so there's that parallel between you two as well. Not like Satoshi-kun. I want to start all over. I want to go back to when I just met him and start all over. I want him to treat me like a girl from the beginning. I mean, don't take it too seriously. Be okay. Because just you who wants to start over, well, he didn't even notice anything wrong. It'd be hard if you guys fought over it or something. Can I start over? Maybe if you didn't cry in front of him, it's not too late. You can cry as much as you want now, and if you show him a different side of you from tomorrow on, you can still fix it. You technically cried in front of him and all that, but you're gonna forget about that? Okay. Okay. I'm amazed how insensitive he is. But part of that is just the impression you've been giving him so far. You change your attitude from tomorrow on, you can still change his mind. Yeah, honestly? Thinking about it honestly, but... How do I change my attitude? How? That's how you talk to Reina and all that. If I tell you that cute, you start going to school in frilly clothes. So don't think and just be natural. But without overdoing it. Pay attention to how you behave around him. Oh, and don't forget to be cautious of Reina. She's a bit ahead of you so far. Keiichi might prefer Reina at this point. That's true, Reina is really girly. She's cute and caring. That just means you can't slack off for even a moment, sis, because you got a rival. Tears can attract men, but they don't anchor them. Okay. We're talking about, okay, hook, line, sinker dating advice things. Okay, from this perspective, okay, that's nice. Okay. Well, from the sound of it sounds like I'm changing some, just likes mature people. Okay. Okay, so, okay. Alright. You should always be smiling, but cry when it really counts. Get the onions. That's how you typically do it. Maybe I should try that on Keiichi myself. No, don't! He's the boy you like, so I guess it's natural I like him too. How can I attract him here? Hey sis, why don't we have a competition over him? Now I just want him, someone else just swoop along, and it's literally no one from the friend group, honestly. Now that you say that. Every single time stuff like this comes up to me, my first instinct is literally just, I want this to fail in some way. Like, even if it's just, like, something I do like, it just, for some reason, that's how my brain works. Like, it has to be, like, the only time I don't want to think that is with something I really, really, really like, honestly. My whole Gaijin personality is being contrarian. God fucking damn it. God damn it. Hey sis, why don't we have a competition over him? No, never! I'll kick you into orbit if you come near Hinamizawa. I'm gonna say just kick in the groin. I'm happy for you, sis. It's not too late at all. It's important to know the distance between the boy you love and yourself, and shift the way you appeal to him to compensate. The boy I love is missing, you know? I don't even know where he is, or when he's coming back. Compared to that, you're very lucky. Mian was saying she'd do her best from tomorrow on with red, tearful eyes, but I sense a deeply negative feeling emerging inside me. You don't think it's gonna work out too well? Nobody's blaming Mian for being happy with Keiichi. I wasn't envious. I wasn't jealous. I completely believe you. I didn't want her to be blamed the same way I was blamed. It was just that there was no space for Satoshi-kun in Mian's mind anymore. Filled as it was with Keiichi and her other friends now. It didn't matter to her if Satoshi-kun came back or not. Just like how she didn't care if it was sunny or rainy tomorrow. Or bringing up that tip again from the 4th installment? Okay. What about me, then? Have I been thinking about Satoshi-kun all the time for the past year? I wasn't proud of my answer. I've become used to life with a Satoshi-kun. Like, if you're used to it, like, were you still having thoughts about him after all this time? I don't exactly blame you if, like, especially your brain is so fixated on it. Whole thing of, like, some people, like, some things just come into your life, like, you know, without warning, all that, you latch onto it, and when it's, gone, or, like, anything like that, you still think back to the good old days. His absence didn't hurt me anymore. I was getting used to life with Keiichi Maebara. And if I let my guard down, He might just fill up the space I've been saving for Satoshi-kun. If Shion Sonozaki prayed harder for Satoshi-kun to return, he might have come home already. Where did Satoshi-kun go? Last year, right after his disappearance, I paid close attention to the information circulating the Sonozaki family and its underground connections. And I frequently went to the police station to check with Oichi for new information. Slowly nothing came of it. Even with all of that, I couldn't get any new leads on his whereabouts. I eventually became interested in Oyashiro-sama's curse, which surrounded Satoshi-kun's disappearance. I researched the dark history of the village. I mean, the more I looked into it, the less likely survival seemed. Oh yeah, I just remembered another thing. If that's like her, Mia Takano's tips. Then there was that mention of the way how they sacrifice people. I guess was tying them to rats and putting to the swamp. But they do that, and by the end of it, they would be gone in 4 days. 3 days and 3 nights. Practically 4 days. And if that tied into someone being killed, technically the same, killed or deemed away of the night of Wanton Higurashi. And the most, I guess, extra things happen around Suiko's birthday, if the timing is right, technically speaking. It lines up well. And also, again, it just further shows that Sadako feels like she'll be cursed anyway. Which is even more fucking bullshit. The more I looked into it, the less likely his survival seemed. I'd returned Mio-san's scrapbooks to her. No, they're mine. Just copy and print them, and then give it back. Make sure you always have them on hand. And then I hang on to the library since. I started a new life in a new school. I'd made new friends. And in the same way, as falling leaves cover the ground, I felt like I was losing sight of what was really important to me. It was already the end of spring. They said that summer was coming early, and it'd be very hot this year. It'd not only be the rainy season now, but we had no rain at all, except for a select few days. The Wanton Higurashi festival was right around the corner. It'd been almost a year since Satoshi-kun went missing. In Hinamizawa, they don't allow you to talk openly about Oyashiro-sama's curse or the series of mysterious deaths. Kinda makes sense. So everybody acts the murder of Satoshi-kun's aunt never happened. There is that, but when it's some newcomers and all that, it still feels weird why you never would bring it up even on passing and like that. That's because Satoshi Hojo-kun was a member of the family of traitors. He fell victim to Oyashiro-sama's curse in the 4th year running. He was demoned away. Everybody was trying to forget about his existence and erase their memories of him. Don't make him disappear because of the curse. Don't erase his existence. Satoshi-kun was living in Hinamizawa just a year ago. He went to school. He was an A student. He was a member of the Hinamizawa Fighters. He could never hit the ball when it really mattered. He was unreliable, but pure. He was warm. Because of the curse, people made him disappear. They stopped mentioning his name and acted like he never existed. A new resident like Keiichi Maebara wouldn't even know him. He seriously believed that Satoshi-kun had transferred out. I miss you, Satoshi-kun. I want to go shopping with you again. I want to be in a baseball game with you again and get a cold drink afterwards. I want to tease you and I want you to stroke my head again. Your hand was so warm. I felt as if my whole body was being caressed. Satoshi-kun. I haven't opened this notebook in a while. My feelings have been written down for over 150 pages. This notebook is the key to my heart. The other me who's been sleeping since last year is slowly waking up. Oh boy. Oh, hi. I'm quite amazed by your dirty deeds, Keiichi-san. He is a boy after all. Man, it's been so fucking long since they actually voiced, like, Sadako's voice as normally it is. Like, so far recently, it's always been her, like, emotional distress, and, like, oh god. Oh god, I still miss just the more, I guess, smug and conniving side of her. What's the better word for it? Not conniving, but, like, more, another trickster side, honestly. I don't know the word for it, honestly, but yeah, I miss that side of her, honestly, in the voice. He is a boy, after all. Boys are not to be trusted. Me-chan, she-chan, Keiichi-kun looks confused. Okay. Did you hear that, sis? We're not playing tug of war here. Are you trying to tear Kei-chan apart? I'm not playing tug of war. You're the one who's stretching him. Go back to Okinomiya, Shion. Go back, foul demon. You're the demon here, Mion. It's in your name. Shut up, you human. Leave. Leave now before I tear you to pieces. How the tables have turned. Okay, I will. Oops. Let's go. Nice. Nice. Nope, this part is the reason why I like her so much. I let go Keiichi suddenly, so he and Ses flew off like a rubber band, fleeing forward into time. Keiichi rolled on the ground while Ses was stuck in a bush head first, upside down. Like Sadako's traps. My god. My god. Don't forget, Keiichi, your secret power is to stop time. You could prevent this all from happening. Don't forget your superpower. What lively people. See you, Kei-chan. This might insult me if I stick around any longer, so I'll get going. Is this actually, I'm trying to remember, is this actually, reminiscent of, like, something happened in the second installment? Oh, Shion. Thanks for today. Nah, forget it. I didn't do much. See you, Shion. His hand landed on my head. Rub, rub, rub. He shook my head pretty roughly, but the warmth reminded me... Oh. Okay. There's also that. But the warmth reminded me... Excuse me, I'm going. See you, sis. Don't ever come here again, you cretin, you cur! Reina, keep your eyes on her. Sadako, set traps. Rika-chan, purify this area with salt. Wouldn't that mean that you won't be able to be around here anyway, then? You need to think these things through. Ah, yes. Dawn. The warmth remained on top of my head. I felt ticklish and sore. I had to stop. I got off my moped and pushed that aching spot against a telephone pole. I'm sorry, Satoshi-kun. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I forgot about you. I still remember you. I'm worthless without you. I can't stand life without you because it's gray and cold and boring. Is it bad I can relate to that tiny bit? It's true. It's true. I can never smile because you aren't here. I can't. See you, Shion. Keiichi's face appeared in my mind. I recall the touch of his hand stroking my head. It wasn't warm. I wasn't happy. It was rough and painful. I hate that insensitive guy. He's too childish, rude, and cold. He's like a stray dog. Nice. I wasn't happy. It wasn't warm. I wasn't happy or overjoyed at all. No. Satoshi-kun. Satoshi-kun mumbled. He didn't know what to say in a situation like this. But he knew he better say something. He wanted to say something, but didn't know what to say. So he just mumbled. I'm sorry, Shion. Why are you apologizing, Satoshi-kun? I'm the one who should apologize. Even though I said I'd wait for you, even though I believe my heart wouldn't change, my heart is full of holes. You're leaking out from the small cracks in my heart, little by little. You're leaking out from me. Are you suffering because I'm here? Why? You're so precious to me. So don't say that. I've been here with you all this time, but I think I'm hurting you by continuing to exist. I don't want that. That's not true. No, no, no! Where have you been, Satoshi-kun? You weren't with me! Tell me where you were! What's the address? What's the postal code? What's the name of the city? What's the street number? Tell me! There isn't an address. I knew it. Telling me you've always been with me? Always by my side? That's such a cliche. Which do you prefer, Shion? If I can give you strength, I'll stay by your side forever. But if you're suffering because of me, I'll disappear right away. Don't say that. I want to be with you, always. I want to be with you forever. Okay. I'll stay with you then. A car passed by. The noise snapped me in my reverie. The sky was turning orange. I should get home before it gets cold. I should go home to Okinomiya. You're with me, right? Are you with me right now, Satoshi-kun? I walked back to my moped. My feet sank into the grass. Crunch, crunch, crunch. I stopped when I reached my bike. But then I heard an extra footstep. Oh, this is starting all over again. Oh my god. I gasped. I could feel somebody else's presence. You know, there's still an awful lot of ghost possession stuff, honestly. Or at least just ghostly presence all around through this whole thing. Even when, technically speaking, Ghost was not on the table from Keiichi and all that, it's interesting, to say the least. I'm not stupid. Nobody else is around here. The bells are fucking back! Nobody had suddenly appeared behind me, unless they came from a silent helicopter. So I wasn't surprised to find nobody when I turned around. But he was definitely still there. Satoshi-kun. I couldn't see him. But he was there. He was there for me. Satoshi-kun never lies. He said he'd be with me all the time. I had just been too insensitive to feel his existence till now. I feel like you're slowly going insane right now. Satoshi-kun. Satoshi-kun. A breeze tickled my hair. It felt cold, but to me it's nothing but the warmth of his hand. To me, Wiles noticed that my cheeks were white with tears. Oh, jeez. I already figured it'd be like this bad, but my god. The extra footstep stuff is back, though. It's consistently happening to other people, too. I was too scared to sleep. Get a torch. If I went to sleep, I might not find Satoshi-kun there in the morning. So I kept talking to him until I passed out. Don't reveal all your secrets to a ghost. You don't even know who it technically is. You just assume that's him. Don't reveal all your secrets to him so he can use it against you later. Don't do that. Don't do that. I told him about what happened while he was missing. I told him I realized how much I loved him after he went away. I searched for him, looking into various different things. I had gathered underground information through Kasai, and bargained for police information with Oishi. But I couldn't find any leads. A long time passed, but I kept thinking about him. You know, actually oh my god, I also just got reminded of him, that's probably maybe another reason why. It's actually another reason probably why Shion got so traumatized at the end of the second installment. Because literally, it was literally just kind of paralleling, I guess, her own thoughts of I guess me attacking, Keiichi, even if, he's not, close approximation of Satoshi, she basically gives us, he gives the same exact impression to their people about Satoshi. The fact that Mian, was actually, threatened to, hurt Keiichi, it really got to her way too much. Especially with I guess, her own, inner conflict about thinking in her head about if Mion, like, or Mion, at least the Sonozakis are behind anyway. So I'm, yeah. Oh boy. A long time passed, but I kept thinking about him. Etc. Etc. I told him all the small details from my daily life. You're giving the ghost way too much information. The place I wanted to go with him, the things I wanted to do with him, the food I wanted to share with him, and I told him a lot of things. I was sitting up at first, but I got tired, so I laid down. I got tired of moving my mouth too, so I started talking to my mind. It was the happiest night I ever had. At least you gotta take, like, the small things straight anyway. Oh boy. Oh boy. When I woke up, I didn't find Satoshi come by my side. I knew it somehow. I was afraid of it. That was why I didn't want to go to sleep. But at least I got to see him for one night. Just when I resigned myself to that, I felt Satoshi-kun's presence again. It wasn't a dream after all, I thank God. And so began my strange life with Satoshi-kun. As promised, Satoshi-kun was always by my side. He couldn't laugh, mumble, or stroke my head. But he was always with me. Always right by my side. Just me, my ghost friend, and I, all going to various misadventures throughout town. Yeah. But at least I'm, the ghost is here with you instead of him, freaking everyone the fuck out in the Hinamizawa. Or the ghostly presence came from the town itself and latched onto you. But he was always with me. Always right by my side. He disappeared sometimes, but he'd come back when I looked for him. The thing that I could hear was his footsteps. Just like a step in Morse code then. That's just the way it was. It was a bit sad, but I was still satisfied. His presence was really faint, so it's hard to sense him in a crowd. Oh, okay then. I just gotta find it funny if, like, even the crowd is, like, just almost covertly, like, when they're all busy, like, in their own heads, or, like, reading newspapers and all that, or walking in the subway, to just, like, leave exactly one space open for, like, someone to be walking there when there's absolutely no one there, and it's only the people from Hinamizawa, and the rest are just like, what the fuck are you people doing? They go to sit down, like, they sit down in the subway on this, like, in that seat where the ghost presence is, and everyone's like, whoa, 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 what are you doing there, sir, ma'am, what are you doing? Someone's sitting there, don't be rude, get out of here, throw you off the board, get on the tracks, bye, gone, That just sounds so funny to me. But he never left me. If he were tangible, I'd be taking his hand all the time so that he wouldn't be lost. In contrast, I could feel him very strongly in a quiet environment. I mean, of course. I couldn't tell what his expressions were, because he was just a presence. Again, let me just say this again. Footstep, Morse code. Tap dancing. But after I got used to it, I could tell what he was thinking. At first, I could only tell if he was laughing or not. Eventually, I started to feel his emotions more strongly. I could communicate with him normally. I was usually alone with him, though. I don't want to go to school or hang out with my friends anymore. Oh no. Oh god. But Satoshi-kun got upset about that. He kept mumbling unhappily, go hang with your fucking friends now. Don't be with me all the time, jeez. Now that I knew he'd always be with me, I shouldn't just stay at home all the time. Now this is the true good thought, just like, instead of being completely antisocial, like, my love is with me all this time, like, sweetheart, fucking do things, okay? Now, sticking to my time alone with him again, however, because I was scared that he might suddenly disappear again, and I wanted to make the most of the time I was sharing with him right now. I must have been worrying too excessively. Satoshi-kun will always be by my side. Yeah. That was his promise. Did he actually ever promise that, or just thought of it in your head, honestly? I don't remember him ever saying that in person. He only realized, like, like the day, like literally the last time you saw him, that was the only time you realized that. You're only taking your crush a bit way too far, okay? Don't go into parasocial stuff. He never breaks his promises. Again, I don't think, like, unless you, like, had the kind of thing with him, unless there's something brought up in, like, the times, like, you know, you're at his baseball games and all that come up, how would you know that? I was fine because he was there. Of course, I couldn't tell anybody about him. Not even Sis. Everyone would think I'm crazy, hearing voices in my head. I could try to explain it to them, but they'd never understand. Plus, he's mine. But I was certain that he was with me. So, I'd be alright. I never got fed up with life with him. He's really cute, you know? We always walk together. When I stop, he always walks one extra step. That's so adorable. I love it. Oh god, will this notebook be is this the notebook like the police had to fucking read whenever they looked into Shion's apartment, like, after a bit? Like, from other things, there's a whole new scenario because, oh god, that's gotta be something, like, oh, heartbreaking to read if oh boy, if someone died and you just saw how, like, lonely they were in their own journal. Oh god. That sounds so sad. Shion-san, what are you gonna do on Wanta Nagashi this year? I guess I'll have some fun at the festival. Maybe I'll tease Sis and her friends. I want to go to the festival with Satoshi-kun. I knew you'd like to see me having fun with everybody. So just the sound of this, it just feels... This is definitely not a second installment, definitely not. It kind of feels like she knows about I feel like she would have known about Mio Takano, like, breaking into the storehouse the night of it. That's why she brought Keiichi there, though. You might get jealous if I play with Kei-chan. But Satoshi-kun isn't very sensitive in that way. Satoshi-kun would love to see me and my friends have fun, so I should have a lot of fun for his sake. Then I talked about the day with him later. How are you going to Hinamizawa? By ghost, flying through the air. You can be a ride if you want. I'm taking my moped, so you don't have to. That won't do. Aren't you going to the family party afterwards? I can't let you drive under the influence. He won't let me drive. He's kind enough to let me drink. Alright, take me then. Are they actually trying to do this whole thing of, like, swing back and forth between this is really just that installment's like literally the answer to actually, like, a second installment, though? Is that what it's meant to be? And they're trying to do this, like, explain the whole swapping back and forth thing? Well, they also mentioned the difficulty from that one was, like, easy. Though it's just probably just because, like, you can figure, like, who the real culprit is then out. And since this whole thing is, like, this little small thing is going over to, someone's murderous intent, it's like, talk about Mion's? Or, I kind of believe this is actually a different scenario altogether, so something different's gonna happen. Good. Let's leave before nightfall. It would still be interesting if it was the exact same, like, you know, perspective of, like, one of the installments, but, like, you know, different perspective. Although, it'd be actually intriguing, like, if, like, every single new installment of short story, I guess, like, involved for the whole games, are literally just always new content, but, still explains the other. Like, that's intriguing. Good, let's leave before nightfall. I'll come pick you up around that time. Bye. Just me, my teddy bear, and Satoshi's ghost, and I. Don't forget the rabbit trash can. After Kasai left, I sensed Satoshi-kun was excited about going to the festival. Wanta Nagashi, huh? Okay, but tell me this, Shion. How does Satoshi feel about you know, his sister Sadako and you know, Keiichi and all that? I mean, like, especially since he's leaking on his role in the school and all that. He must despise Keiichi, and Satoshi must be worried about Sadako, right? Unless this is part of your head and he suddenly doesn't care about Sadako at all. Wanta Nagashi, huh? So it's been almost a year since you went away, huh? Satoshi-kun seemed confused, but I've always been here. Oh god, I wonder how this all, like, how it went, if Like, Satoshi just appeared out of nowhere, still alive, and like, Shion, hi! And like, she just turns around. Who the fuck are you, ghost? Who are you been this whole time, then? Satoshi couldn't seem confused. I bet you're all going, right now, aren't you? We laughed together. Into the night. Oh, it's late at the festival time. Okay. Let's skip over the whole preparations thing. Okay, then. Welcome! Here's your net in a bowl. Great! Wow, these fish are so active. It's like delicious. Oh, this is literally just yeah, the second installment. I can eat this little one raw right here. Huh? What are you saying, Miya-san? Michan, you eat goldfish? I mean, you can't even eat gold anyway. You know they're not soft, and, you know, the metal's not soft enough to eat and swallow. Did you eat the one I gave you last year, too? How dare you! Shame! Pile on the shame! No, I didn't say that. You technically did. Someone pull out the recording. Sis shook her head hard. She turned all red. But you just said it. You said they look delicious. I heard it too. Sis eats everything, so as long as it fits inside her mouth. If it's really good, I'll try it once. No, you can't, Rika-chan. You're gonna get sick. Wait a minute. Hey, you. How long you been here, Shion? Hi, Kei-chan, Sis, and everyone else. Good evening. Ah! Demon! Go away! Ah! No! You human! Ah! Repel! How did you get here, Shion? I've been here since you were the Chow Men booth. Found you guys quickly since you're making so much noise. Hey! You're not in a club! Well, I mean, I can be Spade if you want. Or a diamond. Or a heart. I'll be the heart of the group. You're not in a club. Get lost! Be gone! Don't be mean, sis. Right, Kei-chan? You're fine if I come with you guys, right? I cooked Kei-chan's arm and held between my breasts. Oh yeah, okay, this is literally the second installment then. Puff, puff? I still understand what that means. We were gonna have a ball. Okay. Oh, just slideshow stuff. Oh, look at that time where everyone made a fool of themselves. What was it? Wasn't it? Oh, I can't remember that food they just to start the whole thing off. Like something yakisoba, which is something soba or something like that. The one with them, there was only one piece of octopus for one thing. They went all the whole thing. Yeah. I went around the booths with Sis and her friends. I joked around and laughed out loud. I teased Kei-chan, Sis too. Kei-chan was the center of the group, so if I did something to him, it naturally involved everybody else. Man, the whole entire thing revolves around him. Protagonist fucking power from the outside point of view. It looked like Toshi-kun was having a hard time finding his own spot in the crowd. I glanced at him in a quiet moment. He smiled and told me to have fun without worrying about him. If he were tangible, I'd pull his arm to join the crowd. It made me sad that I couldn't do that. I bumped into somebody's shoulder. It was obviously my fault, so I apologized right away. As it turned out, it was somebody I knew. Oh, hi. And that's how you learn about all this! Actually, it's gonna be intriguing from this perspective anyway. Oh. Looks like you're having fun. Good evening, Shion-chan. The moon looks beautiful tonight, doesn't it? Oh, it's been forever, Takano-san. And you were... Who the fuck are you again? Like, now, actually thinking about it, like, looking at him, like, Tomotaki literally just has some, like, black tank top that, like, Keiichi has underneath his red one. It's interesting. Nice to meet you. I'm Tomotaki. Manager Mion-chan's twin sister. Nice to meet you too, Tomotaki-san. I heard you're a great cameraman. I mean, if you weren't, then get a new profession then. Please take a picture of me someday. I'm just an amateur dreaming of going professional. That's several years running then, honestly. Well, you're actually great. Jiro-san. You're good at many things. I mean, if you don't believe in your amateur in photography and all that, you could go get pointers from a mentor, like take a photography class and like that, or like ask for pointers and tips, or like get constructive feedback and all that somehow. I say all this, but I don't know how to do that for photographers and any kind of field like that. So don't ask me. I'm just giving out pointless advice. No, I need to study more. I have no talent, so I had to put out a lot of effort to compensate. Oh yay, the talent and work dichotomy thing here. Okay, they must have been in a relationship. You two look so happy together. Am I interrupting you? Oh no, I appreciate your consideration, but you're not interrupting us at all. And you can call me Mio like before, not Takano-san. It's a bit hard for me to call someone older than me by their first name. Well, never mind that then. I smiled bashfully, and Takano-san smiled back elegantly. She said, call her Mio. Don't say Takano in your thoughts. I haven't seen you in the library since. I want to talk to you more as a fellow researcher. Well, when I feel like it. A fellow researcher? Are you interested in it too, Shion-chan? I mean, in the legend of this village? Yes, go beat her on the bush. Tomotaki-san raised his eyebrows. As far as I knew, Takano-san's hobby wasn't exactly normal. On the surface, her research dealt with the cultural history of ancient Hinamizawa, but its main focus was the Wanta Nagashi festival from the ancient times. Yeah. You see, that's actually all the notes that you read from her, like, you know, the scrapbook stuff. The cannibal banquet in which they captured and gutted a living sacrifice. Didn't Shion bring all the stuff up at least at one point, like go into small bit of detail about this? Before? I think when they talked alone and in Ancient, I think? Or was that only just bringing up the damn conflict and talking about that a bit more? I think it was only just a damn conflict, actually. And yeah, Takano actually brought up all the whole stuff about the rituals and all that in there. I was having a fun time just hearing go off about all the different tools in the wall and the morbidity of it all, the heaviness, the morbidity, the darkness of it all. You can't have darkness without light. You can't have light without dark. Her research covered various stories surrounding that, and other legends of cruelty. It was nothing if not gory. That was where her main interest lay. So I don't feel comfortable being called a fellow researcher, to be honest. But objectively speaking, her research notes weren't fun to read. Like, is she good at writing them down, or like the notes she made herself were interesting by its own merit? Two distinctions. It was then I heard the loud booms of the taiko drums. The main event of the Wanta Nagashi festival, the dedication dance, is about to start. According to Takano-san's hypothesis, the part of the dance where the shrine maiden tears open a futon mat represents gutting a living victim. It's starting. I should head over. Are you guys coming to see Rika-chama's performance? Huh? Yeah, you got it. Come on, honey, let's go over there into the crowd. Right after you, Shion, of course. We're gonna check something out real quickly. You look bewildered. Does that mean he wasn't coming? Takano-san giggled, Mio, and then whispered in my ear. I'll tell you the truth. We're thinking of sticking to the ritual storehouse. Okay, so literally is following this along. Or, huh. Yeah? She made it sound like she was going to do something fun, but it wouldn't be amusing to anyone who knew what the ritual storehouse was. Technically, it's kind of actually fun, but just don't get caught, and you know, that's where the whole thing lays. It's not illegal if you don't get caught. You know the whole saying goes. There was still that question of that sound of like a child jumping down, which was a storehouse thing. No one has. There's no answer for that actually so far, honestly. And from the sound of it, I don't think Shion even actually knows the answer to it herself. The ritual storehouse, the storehouse for ritual implements, is sort of a treasure house belonging to the Furude Shrine. I heard that Oyashiro-sama's sacred treasures were stored in there. Only people from the Furude family and selected members of the other two families were allowed to enter. They believe that if other people enter, the place will be desecrated. Technically, it's already been come to fruition then. So, the whole place is unholy now. So, the whole town is doomed. Everybody in Hinamizawa must have been curious about what was in there when they were kids. But the storehouse is always tightly locked. You couldn't just peek into it either. Does that mean, like, literally the window that Sadako acts like, broke into technically was removed or, like, was blocked off or something? I mean, it would make sense if, like, they had to go through the front door or something like that. That or just everyone in that little group is not athletic enough to, like, climb down a rope or, like, even get a fucking ladder. Kids would get shy if they played around it, so they learned to stay away. I didn't like being around it myself, since I was familiar with all that. Even though I didn't believe in curses, I still didn't want to be near it. Nothing good can come from breaking the rules. Are they gonna enter this ritual storehouse despite all that? I'm pretty sure it's tightly locked. It was, until last year. Rika-chan had the heavy bolt chained to a cheap padlock. I guess the bolt was too heavy for her to lift. Did you know that? No. She has done her homework. If it's cheap, it's still locked, isn't it? Don't worry. We have a master lockpicker on our hands. Jazz hands. That's your cue. Oh, yeah, right. Snap. It'll be a snap with this camera. Just like a hidden compartment of the camera, like, showing all the break-in tools. Jiro-san is very skilled. Oh, are you good at lockpicking? Once the Motonashi ritual starts, everyone gather on the stage, right? And the area in the storehouse will be completely devoid of people. Tonight, this place will be a blind spot. Can't see the forest of the trees, I suppose. Just put all the spotlights on there so everyone's blind and they can't see anything around them. Perfect disguise. They can go anywhere you can go anywhere you can go anywhere you want. According to her hypothesis, the ancient tools used for human dissection and torture we found in the ritual storehouse. Why don't you join us in a bit? It's now or never. So maybe I'll see you then. Takano-san, what are you telling her? Just girl talk. Yes, it's the most best as a girl talk. Let's go to some dark place for a quick date. Oh, that's also actually why. Like, Tomotaki was actually the one who was surprised at the time and not, like, Takano, actually. I remember that distinctly now. That makes sense. Huh? Yeah, yes, honey, bye. Takano-san walked against the flow of the crowd alongside Tomotaki-san. The ritual storehouse, huh? It was supposedly filled with torture tools. Considering what they had in the underground torture room in the Sonozaki house, that's quite possible. Satoshi kind of fell victim to the curse in the 4th year. His aunt's death was a sign of Oyashiro-sama's curse. Satoshi-kun was a sacrifice to pacify Oyashiro-sama's anger. That was what Takano-san said last year. And thinking about it now, I can't remember, like, which of the phone calls, like, where Shion's, like, voice talking to, like, Keiichi, like, her own self, and I know it's, like, probably, maybe, like, it's either 1 or 2 phone calls she had with Keiichi, or all of them were Mion's. I can't remember what it was at the time. I think they only talked in person or something like that. Yeah, I can't quite remember. That was what Takano-san said last year. It was just her hypothesis. At present, I wanted to deny her hypothesis because I wanted to believe that Satoshi-kun was still alive. If her hypothesis was correct, either some religious fanatic or somebody from the 3 families must be imitating the curse in order to revive the ancient custom of Onigafuchi. That would mean that it was them who killed Satoshi-kun. I can find out by being targeted then. So what if the ritual storehouse is filled with garbage instead of torture implements? Maybe it's filled with broken palanquins or freshly painted signboards to the festival. I don't know what palanquins are, but I'm assuming they're like mannequins. What then? It wasn't really hard for me to believe that it was filled with the chemical smell of paint. It's a chemical stuff that was put into the canned foods. I need to reread that section all over again. Maybe I'll get to deny the hypothesis that Satoshi-kun was sacrificed by seeing the inside of the ritual storehouse for myself. Whatever was in there didn't mean that Satoshi-kun would come back. Satoshi-kun. What should I do? Since most people went to see Rikachama's ritual dance, the festival grounds were deadly quiet. Even so, I couldn't sense Toshi-kun. Did he go somewhere? Or was I not paying enough attention? He's just having a fun time watching the dance, okay? Don't worry about it. Or maybe he wasn't feeling any emotions in particular? After thinking for a while, I decided to go in with them. It had been almost a year since Satoshi-kun's disappearance. I had been avoiding the truth because I was afraid he also might be dead. But now I had a chance. I had a chance to see inside the ritual storehouse. There's actually added motive exactly to show why she went in there anyway. There was that too. I felt as though something divine had arranged that coincidence. Interesting you mention that. On my way to the storehouse, I noticed Keiichi. He jumping up and down, trying to see Rikachama's dedication dance over people's shoulders. If I took him along, we could split the guilt. Okay, nice. Only Shiro-sama might put a curse on me for entering his divine storehouse. I wanted a partner in crime. Oh my god. Since the boy I loved disappeared last year because of the curse, maybe Mion's love should disappear this year. Holy shit. What am I thinking? Must have been the demon inside me. It's just a thought in my head. What's going on, Shion? Where's the best place to see Rika-chan's dance from? Is it far? Huh? I never said I was going to show you that. Manipulation time, yes, go. It's still so fucking funny, even from this perspective. It's still so fucking funny, honestly. God damn it. We made it to the ritual storehouse. Keiichi was baffled by the whole situation. Are we actually going to see the entire perspective, like, listening to him, Takano, like, talking about him, the weapons and all of that to Keiichi this whole time? Our timing had been perfect. Oh, that shot of jumping down, like, I guess, like, if it was the whole footsteps thing, could have just been, the ghost having a fun time. Ugh. You couldn't even recognize it was Satoshi-kun, your love after all this time? How could you, Shion? You should have noticed that already. Our timing had been perfect. You could see Tomotaki-san picking the lock. Yoo-hoo! How's it going? Even though Keiichi must have been curious, he insisted that we shouldn't go in. But I talked him into it anyway. He was going to change his mind when Tomotaki-san joined in. Light. It was completely dark inside, so Takano-san lit a battery-powered lantern. A small entry space appeared before us. It's so dark in here. Take care not to trip over anything. I appreciate the concern. Okay, doorman, keep a good watch. We're shutting the door now. Takano-san closed the door with a smile, as leaving Tomotaki-san out on purpose. Man. Alright, everyone, have fun. Yay, we have someone on guard duty, don't worry about it. I mean, Shion, you mentioned Keiichi was like a stray dog. Does that mean Tomotaki is like a bloodhound then? As soon as the heavy door was closed, we were surrounded by a quiet darkness. All we could rely on was Takano-san's lantern. Oh, okay, now we're doing this perspective instead of I guess the big more detailed one of the statue and the stuff in the walls then. Man, I did like that background a lot. It'll be fine. It's an outdoor lantern with backup batteries inside. It won't go out or anything. Takano-san teased Keiichi a little. Keiichi, in turn, looked a little pale. He seemed to be able to recognize the sanctity of the building, even though he wasn't from Hinamizawa. Let's go in. Here we go. There. After Takano-san opened the heavy inner door, a dusty, foul smell flowed out. It was like the smell of a pantry that hadn't been opened in years, and the smell of a fish market mixed together. I didn't know exactly how to describe it, but it was a bad smell. Fish smells is terrible. Again, still. From listening to the echo of our footsteps, I could tell that this room was much bigger than the one we were just in. When Takano-san raised her lantern, I could clearly see just how big it was. Wow! Hi, Mr. Bells! I didn't realize you were back here now! The far side of the wall was a statue of some kind of god staring down at us, intruders. The way was lit by the lantern gave it a powerful appearance, and it scared me. That's the guardian god of Hinamizawa, Oyashiro-sama. Is it the same statue that Sadako accidentally broke then? Wow, they did a bang-up job then in the background of him. You can't even tell if it was broken in the first place. They did a bang-up good job. Someone was crafty with their hands. I looked up at the statue, which was holding its religious ornaments. If Satoshi-kun's appearance really was a curse, I couldn't forgive this god. I found myself irritated by the way the statue looked down at me. Damn you, Oyashiro-sama. If you really made Satoshi-kun disappear, I'll never forgive you. Never. Keiichi didn't seem to understand the significance of the storehouse. He looked bored. Man, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, young lad. Pat head. We're gonna see torture implements later, and go to a whole long damn goddamn rant about my cow tools. God. Takano-san noticed that and took out her scrapbooks to show him the brutal history of ancient Hinamizawa. Nice. I heard that story already, so I decided to walk around by myself. Ooh, wait. Is this a new song? Nice. Since I knew the significance of all these tools, I felt a little nauseated. Though they certainly wouldn't jump out to me, I still found them intimidating. They looked as if they were craving for fresh blood after not having been used in hundreds of years. All the tools looked similar to the ones I saw in the underground torture room, the Sonozaki main house. If those tools were the progenies of torture implements, these would be their ancestors. All the implements here looked old. I doubted they could really be used. They weren't kept maintained like the ones in the Sonozaki house. So did that mean they shouldn't scare me? No, on the contrary. They told me that cruel rituals were indeed performed in this village at one point. Now that I found scary. What Takano-san told me was the truth. When I stopped, Satoshi-kun had also stopped behind me. One step later, "Finally, you made your way here! Nice! Thank you, Satoshi! You finally made back, whoever you are." I felt no emotional change in Satoshi-kun. He's having the time of his life here, just looking around all the stuff. Don't worry about it. I couldn't tell if he was feeling something or not. I knew he was there, but I had no idea how he was feeling. I felt scared of him for the first time. If he could answer me, I'd want to ask him, who demoned you away? Hey, Satoshi-kun? Are you listening? I couldn't tell if he heard me or not. He left, as if he didn't hear anything. That actually seems very pointed. And the music actually cut out for a second there. I can tell they've been sulky ever since we got here. I suddenly felt lonely, so I looked for him while walking around. I realized then there was an altar in front of the statue. He might be there. It was a clean altar. An altar ornamented with religious artifacts. It was kept well maintained. I saw no dust. That would mean, well, the flowers in the vase weren't wilting. They regularly go inside and change the flowers out? Huh. I saw a pretty handkerchief under the vase. It looked out of place amongst everything else. I was fairly certain it was Rika Feruti's handkerchief. That would mean the storehouse is maintained daily. It wasn't a forgotten ruin buried in dust. So the brutality that dwelled in this ritual storehouse is still alive and well in Hinamizawa. Man, murder, death, kill. The aura, the miasma still permeates even to this day. That's right. Something as ambiguous as Oyashiro-sama's curse is nothing more than a simple delusion to villagers. You can call it a mass hysteria, you might say? Stupid name drops. As Takano-san said, Everything that happens in this world is done by humans. I'd accuse Oyashiro-sama of demoning away Satoshi-kun. But Oyashiro-sama here is just a statue made of bronze or wood. It's nothing but an icon. There are, however, human beings who would try to make that icon seem real. Oh yeah, I brought that up. In the second installment, too. Ha! The series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa is the result of human action. It shouldn't be called Oyashiro-sama's curse. If Satoshi-kun was the fourth year's victim, then he was victimized by a human being who was just acting the part of a curse. The person who demoned away Satoshi-kun must not be very far from me. Interesting you mentioned that. The truth behind Satoshi-kun's disappearance was not so far from my grasp. Thump. I was startled by the sound. It sounded like somebody had dropped something. Looked over at Takano-san, Keiichi. Takano-san was still lecturing him. Did she drop her scrapbook or something? No, this is jumping up and down thing. Thump, thump, thump. The sound came from right behind me, not from them. I never heard Satoshi-kun do that. It sounded like somebody was stomping on the floor in frustration. What is it? The sound continued, ignoring my question. Though I heard it right nearby. It sounded as though a child was hopping on a wooden floor somewhere distant. What's wrong, Satoshi-kun? Are you angry about something? Well, I mean, if it's actually like I'm another kid or something like that, then who technically would that be? I mean, unless it's some new other character we have never met before, it can only either be, I guess, like Okamura or Tomita. Like, those are the ones we technically only like definitely can't verify were at the dance. But I can't remember who had a crush on who. But like, I feel like the person who like had a crush on Rico would definitely stay at in the crowd to watch or do the ceremony. So maybe it was the other kid. But if it's not him, then huh? Are you angry about something? I couldn't read his expressions. No dip, you can't read his expressions. I thought he was mad, but I didn't sense any emotion from him at all. Was he mad I touched the altar? Maybe you weren't supposed to do that. Book. Poke it again. See, look what you done. You poked the vase again. It's not that I've been able to communicate with Satoshi-kun in a concrete way. I just talked to him with my words. I never expected him to react like that. I didn't sense a willingness to communicate from this creepy sound. Then a chill went up my spine. I felt as if all my pores were opening. I've been thinking that was Satoshi-kun stomping the floor. Hey, you. You're Satoshi-kun, aren't you? The sound stopped when I asked that. It wasn't a yes or no. Just silence. Satoshi-kun wouldn't scare me like that. I realized suddenly that the sound hadn't come from Satoshi-kun. A cold shiver shot through my feet. I sprung a step backward. The sound had come from right there. Even though I jumped back, it was still just a few meters away. Satoshi-kun would sometimes let me hear his footsteps when I walked. But if that wasn't Satoshi-kun, then there was no guarantee I'd hear its footsteps. So that invisible being could already be right in front of my eyes. I just wouldn't see it? I forgot everything and ran, turning my ears as much as possible for any sound, listening for any footsteps pursuing me. I ran right into Keiichi and clung to him, timidly turning back to look. The dimly lit area before the altar was quiet, and nothing was happening. Oh, and I went to this scene where the Takano was talking more about the deadly, get the organs and the blood out of the people with these instruments thing, and Keiichi just assumed that that she latched on from her stories instead of that happening. I mean, if she's used to it, then yeah, but this is different entirely. But seeing that chilling dark stillness, realizing I was just in that space, made me even more frightened now. Did I miss the line? Sorry. No, I don't think so. What's up, Shion? Did you get scared? Very. Keiichi made fun of me. And he looked horrified just a little while ago. He now looks satisfied to see me scared, too. Flick his nose. I know girls tend to get freaked out by haunted houses. Well, I don't mind it. Anyway, let's go. Before Takano-san leaves us behind. I pretend to be fine, but I wasn't sure if I was able to hide my fear entirely. The footsteps were chasing me. They were outside the illumination of the lantern as if they couldn't go into the light. The presence never left us, however. It followed us like a fourth member of the party. Sometimes it made a stomping sound as if wanting some recognition. But neither Takano-san nor Keiichi seemed to notice it. It was possible Takano-san to be ignoring it. But Keiichi would never ignore it. If he could hear it, then he would have said something. So just like with Satoshi-kun, only I could hear it. What was this thing that was making me so scared? Was Satoshi-kun in a bad mood? Was it possible the presence I believed to be Satoshi-kun might not have been him at all? That's even worse right there. You were betrayed. You told all your deepest, darkest secrets to him. They're gonna come after you now. Thump. Thump. What are you upset about, Satoshi-kun? Tell me if I did something wrong. I'll apologize. If you weren't Satoshi-kun, then where did he go? When did you take his place? Shin, are you alright? No! I'm going fucking insane! Huh? I'm fine. You look pale, though. I'd appreciate it if you didn't stretch my clothes too much. I'm pretty sure you don't really care right now because I'm, Yeah, just stretch your clothes all you want, okay? Just get wrinkles. You can just iron it out later, okay? Oh, sorry. Oh. Am I interrupting you too? I decided to gauge the conversation to help myself ignore the sound from behind. I didn't hear the sound as much, but it became a bit more distant. Yeah, I shouldn't pay attention to it. It wouldn't bother me if I didn't hear it. I should just ignore the noise. Takano-san, you're researching whether those customs survive into the present. You are, right? Thump thump. I'm about to tell you a secret, alright? Just the giant's like stomping sounds, just giving a great commentary this whole time about her lectures, stomping every time she says something bad or good or wrong, right, or anything like that. 2 stomps for yes, and 1 stomp for no, and 3 for what the fuck. Well, I'm about to tell you it's a secret, alright? I told you, Shion-chan, because you're an understanding person, but the other villagers don't want to hear it. If things go awry, I could be ganged up on and punished. Stroke chin. Stroke chin. She smiled at me like a witch. See, even like that was basically a no. Maebara-kun, you keep it a secret too, okay? This gets out, I could suffer Oyashiro-sama's curse, or be made into a sacrifice. If it was the curse, I wonder what kind of death I'll be this year. Let's see here. Something about being burned alive. If it's a sacrifice, then will I be thrown to the Onikafuji swamp while still alive? And it is tonight, you know. The night of Oyashiro-sama's curse. It certainly is. The curse strikes for a 5th time will happen tonight. What the fuck? Takano-san pulled out an old scrapbook from her paper bag and started turning the pages. She opened up to the page with that one article. It was the article about the brutal murder of a wanted Nagashi victim. Happened in the Meijing era. Just smash it into Keiichi's face. Look at it. Look at it. Look at all the blood, guts, and gore. This is a story that actually happened. It was around the end of the Meijing era. They discovered an unknown manga corpse, the victim of murder, in Onigafuchi village. That's I don't know how to translate that. Never before has there been a corpse treated with such cruelty and inhumanity. What the fuck? Hey, you guys seriously don't hear that? It's freaking loud. How can you not hear it? Hell, it's freaking noisy. Cut it already. In the next moment, we all heard a squeaking noise. We turned around in surprise. It was just Tomitaki-san up in the door. They should oil that door really thoroughly. I still don't even exactly know how, how to think about that. Because either Shionna's, going insane. There's that whole thing if we're going to do with, something completely realistically. But I don't know how just hearing just random noise just would not just go to simply just, schizophrenia. But, I don't know. Did I startle you? Oh, Jiro-san, could you not resist seeing inside? This is a splendid treasure trove of torture devices. I'll pass on that. You still walked inside and looked around in there. You got your fill. You got an eyeful. Take your camera out. Snap some pictures. Keep it forever until you died tonight. I'm bad at this sort of thing by nature. Takana-san laughed as if making fun of Tomitaki-san for being such a scaredy cat. No, he's a bloodhound. Don't you know that? He seeks for blood. In any case, the dance and ceremony are over. Everybody's going down to the river. The festival as a whole will be over within minutes. Time was up. Never expected that Tomitaki-san would save me from this nightmare. His face suddenly looked heroic. Oh? Keiichi-kun, are you leaving too? I've seen enough. Shion, you're good too, right? Let's get out of here. I want some fresh air. I agree. Let's leave. I went to the entry room and turned around. Takana-san was taking photos in a mad rush, though our time was up. I didn't hear that sound anymore. I didn't feel that presence. I didn't feel Satoshi-kun either. But somehow I wasn't too sad about that. 'Cause Satoshi-kun here in the situation was a fucking traitor! Even if he followed me out here, I wouldn't be able to tell if it was really him or somebody else. It's interesting, they also left out that scene of him, Keiichi accidentally flipped the light on, which I'm pretty sure was the reason why they got spotted. That was, I think that's chapter 9 then? Yeah, it is. Holy shit! Okay, so it's gonna be 3 notebook chapters, all this. Okay. Notebook page 150 was like all that. Defiler was broken to a forbidden place. Okay. And the next 2 will be like, I guess, exploring more of the second installments thing. I'll definitely need to re-see those parts then. Definitely then. Okay. Yeah, those 3. And then 162, 163, and 169. So, what did you notice now? Oh, this background. This is actually my favorite just in terms of just I guess just like a creepy opening for a bunker. It's only pointed down to where the stairs end, but nowhere else. Just like you're only seeing from the opening itself, which honestly is very much more dread-inducing. You can't see anything else besides where the stairs lead down from the entrance. Huh. That underground torture room is officially called the Underground Ritual Storehouse. So do torture room and ritual storehouse mean the same thing? I mean, according to Takano-san's theory, bloody rituals, including one to Nagashi, have been passed down among the 3 families even after the Meijing era. The rituals are always ready to be performed. Their form of worship always revolved around torture. So Hinamizawa's history involved a great deal of human slaughter. Takano-san's theory is correct. The underground storehouse, the Sonozaki house, looked well maintained. Takano-san is right about that too. Since the Sonozaki family and the Furry family both have ritual storehouses, the Kimiyoshi family must have one too. After all, these ancient and brutal customs are still handed down through the generations. I should remain armed with the knowledge that occult events are still secretly being performed in this cursed village. It was mostly just that you're just only comparing things that happened with the underground bunker and the storehouse, just confirming that idea then, since you've never been down there. And if we're going to go down even more of the second installments of events, you'll see it all firsthand. But there's also the whole thing of even if, like, the person who cynically stabbed Keiichi at the very end was Shion, that doesn't quite understand, that doesn't quite show the fact that, she at the exact same time, like, either was murdered or, killed herself, like, from jumping out of the apartment, like, the apartment building. Doesn't quite make a lot of sense then. So either doppelganger itself instead again, even though Mion's corpse was definitely found, like, before, like, a while ago, so, Unless there was, like, they actually do have a way to, I guess, like, they do actually have a way to, hide, like, fabricate corpses then. Which, since there's a drug which they can't see, that's not entirely the table, but, don't know. It does actually tie into, the torn off section of the note for the first installment. And, it could tie into, the coach, like, actually being dead the day before everyone goes, like, hecking dies from the gas. The sanctity of the ritual storehouse is one of the most prominent elements in the worship of Yoshiro-sama. Of course, I knew that, since I'm originally from Hinamizawa, but violating that sanctity is actually a more serious problem than I thought. Takano-san's research shows the history of the ritual storehouse goes way back. The ritual implements within have long been viewed as inviolable objects, which is why I'm strictly forbidden to enter. Takano-san's theory says that wanton Nagashi was once a public execution, performed to stabilize the reign of the three families, rather than a purely religious ritual. If so, the ritual should hardly be called sacred. It's sacred to the demons, not the humans. The distinction matters. Under those circumstances, the implements should have been despised as symbols of hatred and fear. When instruments of fear are too visible, it only creates a reign of terror. But keep them as hidden as possible, they gain divinity. Many said they would become tainted if the layman touched them. The only reason for that was to preserve their false prestige through secrecy, since they would lose their sanctity if revealed before the common folk. Yeah, I can kind of actually see that kind of perspective, actually. In other words, the true identity of the ritual storehouse of sacredness was fear. That was the true emotion ruling over this village. Yeah, so is Lid just going to mass hysteria stuff again, though? It does actually make a lot of sense, because, like, the extra footstep and all that stuff, what was it, there, like, literally just how it was described, Satoshi did a similar thing, and technically Reina did as well, and then the second, they, like, Reina's story went to Shion, she picked it up later, after, they died, after Satoshi died and all that, so, don't know how that applies to Keiichi, though, honestly, And the final page. The reason why Takano-san and Tomitaki-san were cursed is because they broke into the ritual storehouse, and you were participants in it, so have fun. I don't know how the villagers found out about it. Maybe somebody was watching. Maybe there's an anti-theft alarm. In this modern age with technology? I don't blame them, honestly. Either way, our intrusion must have been reported to the highest level of the cursed system. I didn't realize there was a curse hierarchy system right now. Okay, then. The highest form of the curse resides way deep into the swamp itself. The second goes into the bunker. And the first is, I don't know, I just run the village, somewhere. You just like to walk around the forest and all that, you just like swimming around the small little, rivers and trenches and all that. He kept Keiichi, company in the third installment. Don't worry about it. He kept him safe. Either way, our intrusion must have been reported to the highest level of the curse system. That's because, considering the distance between the village and the site where Takano-san's body was found, she must have been killed right after we came out of the ritual storehouse. This went very quickly. It's possible that a special assassination team exists for this purpose, or that the plan had been set up a long time ago. There have been secret agents of the Sonosagi family. The latter sounds more valid. But it's so. Who would have been the victim if nobody broke into the ritual storehouse? Interesting to think about. And if this is going to continue on to the second installment, you'll actually get some form of answers, and I guess in this extent of Mion actually talking to Shion for a long period of time. and if like chapter 10 literally just about her going missing, and like, well, isn't it like right now we're at chapter 10 actually, so like there's my numbers getting mixed up because that's all this. Since we're at chapter 10, that's one chapter, then 11 and 12, that's 3. Do we have 4 or 3 left? My math is not working well because of all this, because we're the focus on the chapter we're on right now. But either way, so like, it's gonna be from her perspective, like how she got kidnapped in the library and all of that. But then it goes to the question of since it was Mian who did like kidnap her sister, then does that mean like is it gonna go down the whole fact of her saying like that Sonoseki family nothing to do with it was a completely elaborate lie? Because since like, even though there's a whole thing of like she could tell acting and all that, either Shion, like Mian, I mean, had nothing to do like at all or knows anything about what happened to Soshi. She technically just was something going on with like Keiichi here. Oh, I guess there's that whole thing of like Mian would like had the belief that to get rid of dissenters, honestly, in the like in any kind of like group environment, and it does kind of apply a tiny bit to, I guess, how Shion and Keiichi acted by breaking the storehouse, a tiny bit, but it doesn't quite explain how suddenly ruthless she got unless they talked about something else that same day, the kidnapping or like in the jail cell stuff in the underground bunker. There's only that to consider. The next are probably going to continue on from, I guess some, Shion and Keiichi, like, growing in fear from, like, Takano and Tomitaki, like, going missing, and then, then just showing up the kidnapping thing. That'll be very interesting to see, honestly. So I guess I was right then in some form that I can't remember when I mentioned it, but like some of the answer arcs are literally just like extensions of literally just answering each individual, I guess, part of the question arcs. But since the fourth installment was never meant to be part of the original thing, it was added as a bonus. But there's still 8 installments and 4 for question and answer arcs. Does that mean like the 8th and final one technically is gonna be as short as the 6th one? Or it's going to be, like, I guess, a whole big, like, I guess, like, a 12-chapter finale, almost. Like, this is going to go into the second one. The next one probably is going to talk a bit, like, go into a bit more of maybe the first installment or the third. And then, like, the third and fourth will go into the rest, I guess. Since we're already going a bit out of order. It's probably going down the whole list of, difficulty curves anyway. Showing them, the easiest one first, and I guess the most difficult one, I guess, from the question arc installments, last in the answer arcs. That'd be an interesting way to put it off, like putting the most burning questions being answered last, for dramatic's sake. All right then, I'm actually getting down with all this now. I still do love, like, the absolute very first entire beginning of this installment. And since this since it's now shipped over to the present day, it does have a different feeling to it now. So to get used to that all over again. Especially with that ghost again appearing behind Shion, whether it's in her own mind or not. But at this point, it just feels like a whole entire thing that everyone experiences the same exact thing. It's just very different effects. It's the same phenomena, but a different response to it. That's literally all this is. So, intriguing. Very, very intriguing. But I guess for next time, we'll go on down, see both Shion and Keiichi get completely fear-ridden, Shion get kidnapped, and probably see more of what drove her to what happened in their apartment that day when she died. Oh boy. But I guess we'll find all that out for next time. So, hope you have a fun time watching as I am playing this. Hope to see you next time, the time that may be, and I hope you fantastic day.